DIY4, I'm actually going to be doing a request. A friend sent me a photo that she found on Etsy of a headband she really wanted, and she said, hey, can you make this for me? And I said, probably. So I'm gonna give it a try. It is a turban headband. You maybe have seen these all over Etsy or on Pinterest. I know I have. So I decided that I'm going to do two different versions. One I am going to do with my sewing machine because I have it. And I know that not everybody has a sewing machine, so I'm also going to do a no-sew version for all of you out there who hate getting out the needle and thread, so don't worry. So you're going to need two different colors of fabric for this DIY. I just went simple with black and gray. By all means, you can use some old t-shirt material, but just make sure that it is something stretchy. I've got scissors, a piece of chalk, some needles, and of course you'll need a sewing machine and the no-sew glue. So first off, I'm just splitting my piece of fabric into two here, kind of just freehanding it. I would say that I made this about 4 to 6 inches wide. It all depends on how wide you want your headband to be. Also, make sure the length of this will at least wrap around your head 1.5 times because these pieces are being folded in half. So we're going to fold those pieces in half now and make sure that the good side is facing in, and then you're going to pin along the edges of both pieces of your fabric and go ahead and take it to your sewing machine. So I would say my headband was about 1.5 inches wide. Again, you can make this whatever length you want. So just sew that along the entire length of both of your pieces, trim off any excess fabric, and then we're going to flip this inside out. So I'm just stuffing this all the way through and pushing that opposite side through, and then when you pull it through, you have a nice clean seam, and you do that with both pieces of fabric. So to lay it out and get that knot, I'm facing both of the seams towards each other, the black and gray, and then folding both of those pieces in half again and making sure that those seams are facing each other, and we have this nice cool knot. So basically all we have to do now is fasten the ends together, and I would suggest when you're going through this with the sewing machine, go back and forth a couple of times, only because it will be a high stress point once you put the headband on. So trim it off and then you can flip it inside out and your headband is all done. All right, so the no-sew version, we are moving on with our no-sew glue. So this is just some fabric glue that I've picked up and basically doing the exact same process here. But you know what? This was a horrendous disaster. Yeah, the glue didn't stick. And I think it's just because the fabric doesn't work well with fabric glue. So plan B, I've got some fabric here that you might recognize from an earlier DIY, a hot glue gun, wire cutters, scissors, and some wire. This is a super awesome, easy headband to make. So I'm just, again, cutting off a piece here that's probably around 4 to 6 inches wide, and make sure that it is long enough to fit around your head. I would give about 4 inches on either end because we do need those tips to be extra long. So to create no frayed edges, I'm just taking my hot glue gun here and creating a little bit of a fake seam, and you can go along and do that on both lengths of the headband. And then for the ends, I'm making some pointed tips. So fold it in half and cut out a half triangle basically. And then I'm again just folding these in to create some cleaner seams so we don't have any frayed edges. So do that to both ends of your headband, and then go ahead and take your wire and measure out a piece that is going to go the entire length of the headband from point to point. So trim that off, and then you're going to hot glue that into those points. Basically all you have to do now is fold it in half and glue along all the seams, and you are done with your headband. I used some Floral wire, which was really easy to work with, so I would suggest that's the wire that you grab because it makes it easy to put on. That's it. So let me know if you enjoyed that DIY, give me a like, and in the comments below, tell me which one you prefer, the no-sew or the sew version for maybe clothing DIYs down the road. I'll know which one you prefer to see. Also in the comments below, don't forget to tell me if you have an idea for me, or tweet me photos of something maybe you want me to try and make. I love to take requests. All you have to do is follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at @JanelleSteeper. And if you are tagging me in any of those photos, photos of something you want me to try, or if you're trying this DIY out for yourself and you just want to show me how it turned out, I'd love to see it. Tag me in those photos by using the hashtag toDIYfor. Don't forget to come on back next week, so subscribe. Every Wednesday I come out with a new DIY video. Cheers. Whoa, like, this was so easy. Why can't I do that every time? His hair won't stay. Why won't you stay? Ah! Good. Damn. This is so annoying. You make me say, ooh, ooh. You make me say, la 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 la, dust is on you, turn me